Hello there lovely viewers and welcome to another video by Jippy UK on Twitch, yes that's me, on one of my favourite games of all time, DayZ. Today we're going to be covering another common topic for new DayZ players, which is where the f am I, or I'm lost. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention that I have several other DayZ videos for beginners, which you can find in the description below. Let us begin. So here we are, you've spawned into the game and you have no idea where you are. Firstly, when looking along the shoreline, check to see if you find any boats. They are fantastic because they sometimes spawn dry bags, food, and even a fishing rod, which can prove very useful in the early game. Failing that, slowly make your way inland. There's no need to run. Running consumes a lot of calories, and at the beginning with no food or water, you're likely to run into trouble. Sometimes you will spawn with some food in your inventory, so make sure to always check that because you can nom that down whilst you're getting your bearings. And here we're going to pause. We've found two things of importance here, the road and the railway track. More importantly is the order in which they occur. If the road appears before the railway track, then typically you're going to be either in the southeast all the way up the east side of the map. If the railway track appears before the road, then you're somewhere along the very south of the map. So by doing that, you've already sort of halved your spawn point location, so we're getting there. At this point, I like to position myself with the sea on my right and either on the road or the railway track. And I'll carefully jog along. Again, I won't run because I don't want to consume too many calories at the start until I reach a town. And there you go. Now you have your town name. In theory, you should get used to pronouncing these names in Cyrillic. At this point, there are two options. You can either continue to loot the town, get yourself some food, maybe find yourself a melee weapon, and possibly find a map. Alternatively, you can use an external map, which I believe most people do these days, to identify your position even further. Here, using the map iZurvive, which you can find by going to Google or looking in the description below, you can see that I've located myself in the town of Kamishovo. So now that you know where you are, which I assume that you found out either through an external map or possibly by finding an in-game map and locating your position on there, I suggest spending a little bit of time exploring it. Some of the most fun that I've had in DayZ usually is at the beginning of a life. For me, I really enjoy starting off with nothing, the challenge of trying to find out where you actually are, and getting the basic necessities like getting your clothes sorted, finding some basic food, some tools, or maybe even a weapon if you're lucky. That's some of the most fun that I have in the game and some of the best experiences I've had. You can often meet up with people. Yes, okay, a lot of people generally will have a kill on sight mentality, but that doesn't mean that if you see someone straight away that you should be outright trying to kill them. Sometimes some of the best partnerships have been with random people where you team up, you help each other out by supplying each other, and then you end up moving northwest slowly to get some of the more important loot, like some of the better weapons that you can find in the game to take on other players or to survive with. Remember that a lot of the towns will also have a water source, a well. Sometimes you might find them in the town square, others you might have to just look around and find behind a house or something. That's the beauty of exploring each town, really. Also, another thing which has been added, well, since the last time that I used to play DayZ, coming from the mod days, is fruit. Fruit you can find now at the bottom of trees. Each tree is different. The fruit ones are usually identified. For example, the apple one, you will actually see the red apples in the trees. Searching around the log, the trunk of the tree, you will usually find fruit. Not all the time if it's a heavily looted area, but it's definitely worth checking those trees, especially early game, because you can find a lot of fruit which will help you to survive if you're not able to find food in some of the residential homes in the town. So yes, I might have been lucky on this particular run. But the run took me literally 25 to 30 minutes. I took it nice and slow. I didn't find any other players whilst I was doing the loot run, which is important, and sometimes luck really does come into it. But at the end of the day, I also came away with at least 3 weapons, several pieces of fruit. I managed to find myself a water bottle to fill up at the well. And from there, you're now in a position where you have the basic necessities nailed down, and now you can start to navigate inland, either using the iZurvive map or an in-game map, if you so please, and enjoy and explore the world even more. And that's it. It's a very short video. It's just one of the questions that come up. People always ask me how you get started and navigating and finding your way around. And these are just some of the early tips that I can come up with. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I have several other tutorial videos for DayZ, and I will be seeing you all on the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.